Can't believe it, but Labor Day is almost here, and Derrell, that's usually traditionally the end of the summer grilling season.
That's right. You know, we think about this as kind of the end of summer beef demand, and you know, we've probably seen most of the buying for Labor Day past at this point. We've had a nice run up in boxed beef prices over the last month, and that's probably going to top out or pull back just a little bit as we go forward.
What does that mean for fall demand?
Well, fall beef demand means a transition to a different kind of demand, really. When you think about the product mix, as we get into the fall, we'll see a little more demand. Cooler weather will bring on more interest in roast, crockpot cooking, that kind of thing. So we'll see some of those products begin to kick in. And actually, as we get more into the winter, that's normally kind of prime time for restaurants. And so we see our steak demand kick up in the fall, or as we go through the fall. And so, you know, that's one of the things we got to keep an eye on as we go forward. Food service obviously is still struggling, only slowly coming back online. And so if there's, you know, that weakness there, or that slowness there, may really translate into some more noticeable beef demand issues as we get into the fall.
Now, you were talking about demand there. We had quite a supply backlog earlier this year. Has that kind of leveled out yet?
In terms of the fed cattle backlog, yeah, I think we're getting closer to the end of that, actually a little bit faster than I would have predicted at one point. The indications are we've seen a nice run up in fed cattle prices in the last couple of 3 weeks. You know, boxed beef going higher helped that certainly, right. But overall the supplies are getting back more in line with that demand. And so, you know, I think we're through the bulk of that, and we can move to more kind of seasonal kind of behavior as we get into the fall.
What do you foretell the fall looking like for cattle producers?
You know, at this point, we're kind of seeing some optimism, and I think, you know, justified optimism. Cow-calf producers in particular can kind of think about getting back to following through with your plans. These calf prices have increased a little bit this summer. The futures market would suggest they actually have the potential to go a little bit higher this fall, at least stay steady and not see the normal kind of seasonal decline. Right. And so, you know, it probably won't be a banner year by any means, yeah, but it could be an okay year. Going forward, you know, if you look at some of the stocker budgets for fall and winter, actually show some potential at this point, and that may mean that cow-calf producers also want to evaluate a retained ownership or a backgrounding kind of a thing. So I would say there's lots of opportunities out there. There's lots of uncertainty still that could affect us, so you have to keep an eye on that and sort of stay nimble, but I think you proceed with plans kind of as you anticipated.
Well, and on the back of that, we're getting ready for wheat planting. How do you think that could impact cattle production as we move forward?
Well, you know, certainly in the Southern Plains, when we see if we have a good early fall planting season, then that will stimulate additional demand for those calves. So from a cow-calf standpoint, it may help do what I just said and support those calf prices into the fall. And again, the budgets right now, based on the futures markets, would suggest there's some potential there. So I think there will be some interest in that. And the conditions look somewhat favorable right now for getting that wheat planted.
Okay, thank you very much. Dr. Derrell Peel, Livestock Marketing Specialist here at Oklahoma State University.